step. Please don't figure that out at your next level. Figure it out before you get ready for it. Ain't nothing more to it. Just thought I'd let you know. And that's a stacks fact. Peace. Hey, listen, man, get your levels in.
Yes. That. Sometimes we need to hear that, you know. Let me see what else he's saying. Hold on, let me see. I might flip this around. Yep, I thought a sneeze was coming. Alright, sorry.
Should have. Ain't nothing more to it. So I'll let you know. And that's a stats fact. Peace. Hey, listen, man, growing up is realizing that a lot of us were in friendships and relationships by ourselves. The whole time we were being friends to them, they weren't being friends to us. Notice I said we. Yeah, I gotta put myself in there too. And even worse, when you notice and you stay in it longer than you should have. Ain't nothing more to it. So I'll let you know.
Oh, I'm in the middle of trying to yeah, discipline, man. If you have no discipline, I hate that, you know. If you have no discipline, that's it, man. I just posted what, part 3? Just posted part 3. Yeah, you know, if I give myself any credit, I give myself credit for staying consistent at the very least. So anytime I'm supposed to be Bossman Digital Media, I will either be in red and blue, which technically this is red and blue, right? You know, the blue is here, red is here, and then the black and black, you know. So, you know, at least there's, you know. So if I give myself any credit, it's for being consistent to some degree. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, yeah, I'm trying to not be solely a consumer, you know what I mean? Because consumer life, you know. What? Okay, never mind. I didn't realize. Really? Yeah, sorry. I'm in the middle of trying to get my work done. What them said? Them said don't get rid of your distractions, improve your focus. You know what I mean? But yes. So now that I have some people's attention, yeah, you know, props and thanks to everybody that show up, even when they don't have to, you know what I mean? Setbacks. That's the title of this. Setbacks. Why they happen, and I mean, for the most part, when it comes to setbacks, it's hard to not take them personally, because you feel like you're going somewhere. And it's like something come and just. Speaking of that, I think I want to find let me see if I can find that creator. The Suna guy. Let me see if I can find him. Come on, Suna guy. The Suna guy. Do I follow him? No? Nah. I thought I did. Nah, I have to fix that. This other guy, filmmaker. But I can't remember which one it was. If a man expresses anger, what a blessing, yeah, I'm trying to find the precise one that he was talking about. I'm trying to remember which one. Yeah, so he's called the Suna guy filmmaker, right? But anyway, I think. Anyway, I'll let you hear one of his posts, just for the sake of it, right?
Truly love you, they will be hard on you. The people who truly love you will tell you when you're going down the wrong path. They are more interested in protecting you than pleasing you.
Sorry.
If you have people like this in your life, never.
Hold on. It went dim a while ago. Sorry, hold on. Let me move this over a little bit. Retry. What are you guys doing? Oh, alright, I see. So why is my internet being buggy now? Why? That's weird. So my phones have internet, but my laptop doesn't? Come on, guys. Come on. Where's my cursor? Yeah, fix that. Yeah. Hold on here now. Let me see if I can find it. Don't discuss, never
Do you know
beg.
what? Hey, ChatGPT, the best revenge is none.
Might try find one. There's one that he said, and I'm not able to find it right now. Right? But the one that he said that stood out to me the most out of all of them is the one where he said, when God sees that your plans are about to destroy you, he destroys your plans. Right? When God sees the plans are about to destroy you, I believe in an exponent. You know, mathematically I believe in a higher power, right? So, you know, so we're not that religious, but we believe in God, right? But ultimately, when I heard him say that, it make you look at setbacks different. You know, you might want to go to this thing, and let's say you apply for this thing and it never go through. And it's not necessarily any fault of your own. A lot of times you go for either get a job or get whatever, you know, whatever loan, whatever business deal, and it fall through. And sometimes it's supposed to fall through. Enough of the time we did a thing say, you know, we did something wrong, and we did something wrong, and we sabotage what's meant for you. Speaking of that, there's this lady named Layla. She know, and I think she's you know, of Middle East origin, like him, the Sunna guy as well. So let me look for her as well. Hold on, the Layla. Let me see, Layla. Let me see if I can find her. Yeah, man. Alright, Layla K. Saleh. Yeah, alright, I go. Yeah. Let me see if I can I'm trying to find the one. I just don't remember which one. Anyway, this is what she sound like.
If something is between two mountains and it's meant for you, God will find a way to bring it right to your doorstep. And if something doesn't belong to you, even if it is between your two lips, it's still not yours. So there's something so reassuring about that if it is good, if it is meant for you, bro, there's nothing you can do to make it go away. There's nothing you can do, no amount of self-sabotage, you know what I mean? But there's also, you have to have just a little bit of grace not to self-sabotage, just out of...
Yeah. So if there's any three people that I'm going to listen to, it's them three. You know, so sometimes, yeah, when you listen to people, you get some perspective on what a setback is. So enough time, you know, things don't pan out the way you want them to. You know, if I look back at 2016, I was supposed to be in Japan, and that never happened. And maybe for good reason, I wouldn't meet the people that I met if I had been in Japan. You know, so it's like 6 on one, half a dozen on the other. You know, it's like, yeah, on one hand you vex say you never get for go to Japan, but at the same time, if you had been there, the people that you have in your life, you would not have had them if you were over there. Or maybe you would, but you just never know. And that's one example. And then sometimes you look and you're like, all right, fast forward 2018, you just start this particular, this particular job. This, whether you're a teacher or whatever it is, right? Yeah, you start to work there. And you say to yourself, I kind of wish me to do this like 2 years earlier. Yeah, I mean, now that I think about it, no, how it would I go? Me I MEDZ it now. Maybe I would have been in the system for 9-10 years. Maybe. If me did just say, alright, as soon as me graduate, come back out here so and just go straight into that. If that was the intention, then sure. But yeah, sometimes what it is that up here, you're always in a different space at different times. And because of where you were mentally, you weren't in the space that would have allowed you to be accepting of that particular road. You never necessarily want to go down that road there. You never really want to do that. So that's what a setback is for. Enough time we see it as the door closed. But the door closed for a reason. There are other doors. But sometimes we get fixated. This is what we want. We want this. We don't want nothing else. We want this. And we wonder why we have depression. Sometimes we depress ourselves. If not most times, we depress ourselves. Because if you really look into it, it's like, okay, I really wanted this. Alright, what happens if you don't get it? I'll give you a perfect example of that. I always go back to Ronda Rousey. She was like call it the biggest female MMA. Yeah, the biggest female MMA star at the time when she was fighting. And if I remember correctly, she was on a win streak. She would have win fight after fight after fight. She just kept winning, right? Most of the time it's either, I don't remember if it was by knockout. Most of the time it was an armbar or something to that effect. But anyway, she was so accustomed to winning that the one time she experienced adversity or somebody that wasn't immediately being submissive to her approach, that she didn't know what to do with that. She did not know how to handle taking a loss or being on the other end of it. Like, you're used to, you encroaching on territory. You're not accustomed to somebody doing that to you. You're not used to being on the losing end of it. So that's what setbacks are for. Setbacks are there to train you to be mentally tough to handle any loss that come. Any loss that come, you're supposed to can manage, because you got through something like that already. You've had something that you really wanted and it was denied to you. And that happened to Ronda Rousey, and she couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle not being able to win or not being able to adjust. So yeah, enough time, something we want, we will go for it, and it just never work. It never materialize. And sometimes we wonder, what did I do wrong? Was this supposed to happen? Why it couldn't happen? And you think you would be a lot happier if it did. But then sometimes it's how you look on it now. What if it not happening was protecting you from something you don't even know? And I remember being in a situation where, I mean, imagine being in a vehicle, drive it, catch a fire, you get out. Now mind you, you could have did. But the person side of you, imagine if the person side of you who was there when that happened, and you see what them, how them meds. You know, it's like they're more concerned about the material and the money than losing them life. And then them might try extort you, and they might try make it seem like say you owe them a money, and it's like, hold on, I lost a whole vehicle that's 10 times worth the amount of money what you did have. So if I need to give you back some money, you need to give me back a vehicle. Your loss was like 350k, my loss was 3.5 mil. So what we talking about? You know, so sometimes certain things happen and it exposes people around you. Like sometimes, you know, it go back to Stacks Facts. Him say, sometimes we're in these situations and so-called partnerships with people, and you feel like, say, this is a team. You think you're on a team. No, it's a game of solitaire. You're literally there by yourself. You just don't know. You think that you're on a team, but a solitaire you play. You're on your own, really and truly. And that is why a lot of these things happen. A lot of these things materialize. A lot of these things reveal people's character. So you might be like, boy, why this couldn't work out? Because it wasn't supposed to. It wasn't supposed to work out. It was not supposed to. If it never worked out, it wasn't supposed to. Yeah. You know, it wasn't supposed to work. I'm trying to scroll down and oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, man, I'm you know, me a whole lot of reason while me I do some work on the computer there. You know. No, I've seen a meme. You know the little picture of them, right? And it says stick to the plan, not the mood. And that's hard to do. Them always say easier said than done. And you wonder what that means. Boy, it's easy if you get up and say the inspirational quote, you know. It's easy if you say, yeah man, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do wait there, sorry. Alright, let me move this a little bit over. Yeah, alright, good, yeah. Because sometimes may I try. What is this? Why it looks so dark? Yeah. Yeah, so again, setbacks, right? I don't know. I'll try to have you have a look at the persons, right? Yeah, that's Layla, right? So she's one of the people that I listen to, yeah. Big up to Layla. And then so there's Layla. Then who's the other one? The Suna guy. Let me look for that. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Yeah.
But a person who dies at 30 is
Alright, so yeah. That's a Suna guy, right? So you have him. And then recently, you know, Stacks Facts, right? Let me see if it's I don't even know if that's how you spell his name. I don't even know. Is it 2 X's? Is it? I don't know. Ah, yeah. Yeah, him. This guy. Yeah. So those are my big three. You know, like how you have the big three in anime. These are the big three for me. Like when it comes to like just if you want some inspiration, some motivation, you know who else is really good? I gotta tell you who else. There's this guy named Sean Breed. Him too. Sean Breed. Like, yo, he's almost he is not almost. He's a poet. He's a poet. You can see it. You can see it. In fact, when I look at him, he might be related to Q-Tip. I don't know. Cause him look like him related to Q-Tip. For anybody who know that's the, you know, one of the you know, foundational people from A Tribe Called Quest, you know. speaking of hip hop, you know, entertainment is not entertainment alone, right? There's something that hip hop taught me. Hip hop taught me to pride myself on being original, pride myself on being my own man. You know, coming up with your own bars, coming up with your own songs, coming up with your own hooks, coming up with all of that. Your own name, everything about you, you want it to be original. Nobody else supposed to have what you have. You know, there was a time when the name was Mesmerize, and then after that I changed it to Wilderness, right? And Mesmerize was not as original because there were a lot of, whether it was clothing lines or fashion stores or whatever, they had that name too. So, you know, and then that's it. Like I got attached to the name, you know. I got really attached because I really wanted to keep that name. I'm like, and then for SEO purposes, you want to have a name that nobody else has. So when I came up with Wilderness now, it was like a sigh of relief. Because I never want to dash with the MEDZ part entirely. There's a MEDZ in England. I never want nobody mistake me and him or anybody else named MEDZ. So I came up with Wilderness, right? And it has shaped the way that I go into making content, in that everything that I come up with, it has to be original, right? It, you know, meaning remember die when you die. Meaning remember discipline is everything when you do it every day. So that's what the 2 D.I.E stand for, right? The discipline is everything and do it every day. Remember the 2 D.I.Es, yeah? Yeah. And it's hard to do. But you have to, I like to go live so that I can, you know, it's like me have to say it to myself every day, right? Because it's not easy to do. It's not. So right now, you know, even when I don't want to do it, I'm going to do it. Right? Because I could have easily just lie down and just chill out. You know, just chill out. Wait, well, okay, cool. Yeah. I'm in the middle of uploading, right? And something that I'm learning to do, which is upload the first time, and then you go back through your drafts or whatever it is, download that video and upload it again, and then that's when I do the renaming afterwards. So I give it the original file name, because when you're searching for it, can you imagine searching for something and you have to type the exact title of the video? And yeah, you're gonna get lost looking for that. Versus if it's called, you know, the original file name. I'll give you an example of what that is. So let's say one of the file names is 20250622. The 2025 is the year 2025. 06 is June. The 22 is the 22nd of June. So 20250622 means the 22nd of June 2025. That's what it means, right? So that's one. Then after the underscore, you have 132248, which meant that the 13, 12 plus 1 is 13. After 12 o'clock, meaning it's 1 o'clock after the 12. So 1322 meant that you released that video. Oh crap, hold on, did I forget? Yes, I forgot to attach that part to it. No, I forgot to edit that. Consistency, man. Why am I forget the part there? Yeah, sorry. I forgot to do something. Alright, let me click save now. Yeah. Now if there's a joke that two sisters in my mind many moons ago before they died. I always used to make jokes, say, you know, I always find work, give myself a do. And I guess that's what it is, you know. I like to be productive, right? I like imagine things. I like forget them done. You know. Me and my brethren, and I can announce him government name, Mr. Lawrence, Me and him always used to just sit down and talk about something, and then we just got it done. We just got it done. We never like thinking about anything for too long. We're heavy on execution, you know, because if we have an idea, we might as well work on it, you know. So that is why any venture that I do, I don't feel any anxiety about it, because I'm accustomed to just saying, you know what, yeah, the discipline of being creative never stop. Never stop. The discipline of that, you know, it's like if you are a martial artist and you see the amount of work that you have to do in order to be better at that, you take that into other areas of your life, you know. You do. So it's the same thing with anything you do, whether you are a painter or you do pottery, you know, anything, whether you're a mason, whatever it is, whatever hands-on work you do, you see the amount of attention to detail that you have to have. You see the fact that you really have to do it every day. You can't just do it sometime. If you do it sometime, one day you're gonna slap it. Oh, this is this is more content creation, entrepreneur. Basically, it's about being an entrepreneur and the idea of, you know, making. Specifically, the topic was about setbacks and how to view them, because a lot of times you will be doing something like, let's say, me I do this, or whatever it is that I want to do, and you know, like let's say for example, I go on my Facebook, yeah, and me decide to go live, and nobody not in there, I go feel discouraged. You know? And that's the thing, right? So luckily, you know, when you see the good, you know what I like about TikTok live? You're never lonely. You're never lonely. So if there's anything you can give TikTok props for, is that whenever you go live, you know, you're never alone. You're never just talking to the wilderness. You just talk to the trees, and you hope that them listen back, you know. So yeah, setbacks was the original thing, but when it comes to any area of your life, especially if you're a musician, whether it's by instrumental or you're a producer, you're a write, whatever it is, those disciplines you can take to any other area of your life. And it makes it so that if one thing fails, you can just go to something else. You know, that's why it's trial and error. You know, that the life is basically trial and error. Because me don't want to do one thing, that never work out. But if I focus on the thing that never work out, then I'm going to be like, it's like fixation is good and it's bad. Like it can backfire. You know, like if it's working, then yeah man, stay fixated. But you see, when it fails, you have to say, alright, I'm gonna go take a little detour, because that just failed. You know? So I'm guessing that failure is a way to say, okay, maybe I shouldn't leave it alone, but maybe I should leave it alone for now. For right now, this is not going to work. For right now. Yeah? So it's not that it can't work. It just cannot work right now. And that's fine, because I learned that the hard way. You know, and it go for everything. Relationships, business relationships, ventures that you wanted to do. You know, I mean, my whole thing was doing the music thing. Then I end up do teaching. And there are things about teaching and being an artist that's nearly the same. You know? Yeah. Yeah, in other words, it's what you call it? They say rejection is redirection. That's really what it is. You know, you go to the door locked on you, but you want to go through this door. This is the door you want to go through, and you just don't want nothing else. You know, and that can depress you. So sometimes you have to train your mind to be okay with failing at the thing that you wanted. You know, if it never work out, then it's hard not to take it personal because you really wanted it. You know, it's hard. You know, you really wanted that particular thing to work. That's what it's like. No, I'm gonna laugh about this because imagine, I want to put this in context because when, alright, a couple years ago, when one particular Christmas, my auntie sent down a Christmas gift for me. And I never know what it was. I opened the box. Now, I don't know if I had this before. But when I opened the box, it was, one, it was a Super Nintendo. That's one. But then two, it came with a game. And the game that I remember it coming with was Killer Instinct. I won't forget that. Because it was the only black Super Nintendo cartridge. It was the only one that was in black. Just like how for the Zelda games, when they came out, those were the only golden cartridges, right? The gold color cartridge. That's what. So that was different from everything else. So the Killer Instinct one was just fully black. Now, I was thinking about a nightmare scenario where somebody, them open a PlayStation box, right? Them unbox it, and then when they pull out the system, them see. Them open a PlayStation box and see a Nintendo pop out. That is, I mean, one, you can call that false advertising, right? You can call it false advertising, but also it's not what you wanted, right? And that's how life is, right? You know, sometimes you say, in 2016, I wanted to go to Japan. That never worked out. It wasn't the end of the world. But at the time, you know, it wounded you a little bit because you really wanted that experience and you were denied it for whatever reason. Right? Yeah. Oh, big up. Yeah, I mean, you know, you just have to learn not to and it's difficult to do. It's difficult to do. Because again, the fixation, because the fixation is good because it helps you to accomplish things, right? Because you have to have a laser and pinpoint focus whenever you want to accomplish anything. But then it backfires when what you focus on, it fails, and you go, okay, what now? Do I continue? And I'll give you an MMA example of that. You will be a grappler going against somebody who you're trying to take down and it's not working. So you're like, all right, do I continue or do I leave this alone? Because this not work. You know? That's a sports example of you know, of that. You know. So yeah, that's why the you know, the title of the video is setbacks. You know, how to view them, how to look at them. You know, because most of the time the initial thing is, boy, this fall apart, you know, you feel away and you're going to feel away. You know, you're going to feel like I failed. And maybe it's not that you failed. Maybe it was the scenario. You know, and again, it go back to, you know, the Sooner guy, right? There's I can't remember if I can find the video. I hope I can. But he said, when God sees that your plans are about to destroy you, he destroys your plans. So sometimes it never, you know, maybe it wasn't supposed to materialize. Maybe. So yeah, that was the essence of, you know, the story. And explore your possibilities in terms of you know, you might have talents that you never know about, you know. Oh, well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thanks. I never, you know. You know, I'm graceful. You know, I'm not used to these things, you know. I'm not used to things, you know. So when it does happen, I will say. In fact, I could also make you a moderator, you know. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. You know. Because okay, the way home look on social media is obviously you can't just have everything in one place, right? So some things you'll have on TikTok, some things you'll have on Insta, some things you'll have on Facebook, you know, YouTube, etc. Right? And there are two ways that obviously you shoot a lot of your videos, right? So like this now, this is the 9x16, right? Now there's a beauty to this. You can use this to cheat certain systems, right? Like let's say when I'm doing Ultra Mini One Bossman, I have to have it look like this, because I want to give the illusion that everybody's like sitting beside each other or they're right next to each other. Because if I turn it the other way, it's going to be too obvious. So I don't want that, you know. So, you know, you have to, you know, there's a little bit of truth, a little bit of lie, you know. You know? So, if I remember correctly, I don't remember the day that I actually did that live in particular. I can't remember which day I did it on. And that's another thing. That's why I like to record videos. Because sometimes I'm like, when did I do this? And then you look and it say, oh, it tell you everything. It tell you the day, the month, the year, and the time. And then even the file itself will tell you. Because I'm looking at one right now. Again, it says 2025, that's the year 2025. 06, that is June, right? 22, well, that's the 22nd of June. So that's what the 20250622 mean. And again, underscore 1345. That means the video was shot at 1:45 in the afternoon. And of course, it's in military time. So that's how you know. So a lot of the time we see the numbers and we're like, what all of this mean? You know? So 1345, 51, I think 51 is the seconds. I think it's seconds that. And then the beauty about that is when you have, let's say you upload the file and you leave the name as it is. When you're searching for it, it's easy to find. Because all you have to do is copy it, go in your search bar, press paste, and anything that match it, it will just bring it up right there. You know, so I'm using that so that I can eliminate redundancies. Because nothing is worse than when you upload the same video like 3 times. You know. So I'm trying to be more disciplined, trying to be more organized, you know. So that's the thing. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm going to do, because I want to be more organized. I want my Saturdays and Sundays to be more on YouTube, more on Facebook Live. So you can follow me on the same name under all of the platform, them same name, right? Same One Bossman Digital Media, One Bossman this and that. All of them. There's One Bossman Teaching, One Bossman Digital Media, One Bossman Cinema, One Bossman Champloo, and Ultra Mini One Bossman. Now, I love doing those videos. I don't want to say I walked away from doing it. I had to find a different way to do it so that it's more, what you call it now? So that it's more organic. You know, I want it to seem natural. And then of course, because I used to shoot some of the videos out the door and truck noise a pass, bus a pass, bike man a pass. You know, that's gonna ruin the audio. So, you know, that's not feasible. Right? So, you know, no, because see, I find one little corner and it work. Like, I like this little spot that you know, you have to improvise. You know, improvising. So sometimes you have to have a balance. Learn how to stick to the plan and learn how to improvise. Right? Learn how to have a 9 to 5 and learn how to have what? Your side hustle. Or your business, whatever. Side hustle, business, entrepreneurial thing, whatever. Have something that is yours as well. Why? Because you can go at your job and them decide say true they don't like you. And that's it. And that's what, so you have gas and brake, or what you call it, gas, brake and clutch. For the people them that like, you know, for the little changing gear kind of thing, you know. Yeah. So yeah, you know, it that's, I guess life is about flexibility. You know, you just have to learn to say you can't. Yeah. Yeah, you can't fully be invested in just one thing. And you can be, but then also know what to do when it start failing. When it start failing, say, alright, yeah man, I'm gonna move over here so now. Right, since that now gonna work. You know? Yeah, that's that. May I learn it the hard way and the easy way, you know? Because this thing, you have to protect this, you know, because I've done a number on myself already, you know. Yeah. And you know what's funny? It's so easy to always reference martial arts when it comes to that, because you will be, let's say you see somebody doing like grappling or wrestling or whatever, and if you don't move when that person move, they will lock you up, and you know, you can't stay still for very long. You always have to be adjusting. You always have to look out for what they're trying to do. Yeah. Yo, big up my graduate them. Big up my graduate them. You know what? I'm not even want to talk about that. You know why? Because them set the day. What's that again? Oh, yeah man. Yeah. What was I saying? Them they set the date a little too early. Cause normally them wait until the week after exam for the graduation. So when they do it on the 25th, we never ready. We couldn't go at that. You know. Oh well. And you know what? The only thing I'm glad about though is that one, Mr. Edwards was there, and two, I think they invited I think them did invite Miss Lewis for come and be the MC and the guest speaker, if I'm not mistaken. But like that still. Like that. Because I feel like even though she left the school to go and teach somewhere else, she still have a, you know, a love and a bond for the youth them where she used to teach over there. So, you know, I like that. You know what? As I mentioned that, I wanted to talk about like teachers on TikTok. Like I don't even care where they're from. Like the teachers on TikTok in Jamaica and in America. What I tell you, say everybody, them just they're so good at coming up with these skits, you know, these scenarios where these things happen, whether it's what happened in the classroom or their reaction to something that happened already. The way that they are able to turn it into content and make a joke about it, now I'm rate them. So I have to do a special segment about that on Bossman Teaching. Definitely have to do it over there, because I'm noticing that, you know, it's like they're becoming their own version of stand-up comedy. It's like social commentary about being a teacher anywhere, whether it's in America or in Jamaica. I don't know about the British ones. I've not seen a lot of them. I hear from them from time to time. And then there's, two of them I remember. There's Teachers Lounge and there's Boring Teachers. And that's an irony, because not no boring about them. They're actually really funny, you know. So yeah, this is a little mental note now. So, you know, because sometimes you tell yourself you're gonna do something and then don't do it. So yeah, let me just give myself that little write that down. Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate everybody who jump in, right? I do, because I could have there by myself. No, look here. So all right, you see that? Let me I'm going to tell you how I feel about this. Nothing wrong with this, right? This way is right here, so nothing wrong with that, because personally that's how that's part of the reason why for many years I never went into the classroom. For whole heap of time, I never want to go into the classroom, because guess what? You know, I knew that there was a lot of, you know, a lot of things about it that it's not, what you call it now, it's not ideal, right? Because guess what? Sometimes they focus on everything else. It's almost like it's distracting. A lot of it is good, you know, because it gives you the discipline, it make you understand what is going on in the system and all of these things. Like, it give you perspective, it make you realize what is happening from what is not happening. It make you know, it put you in the know. However, when you have that know, let me tell you what most teachers do. Most teachers, them go in, them do everything them can do, and then when them done and them have them understanding that them can do so much and no more, then, well, what they do is them start work on building them own thing while they're doing that, so that when them left, them can just continue, right? Because the pandemic, I can't remember, it was maybe about March 2020, thereabout. And I remember, because Zoom was like the talk of the town, right? Skype used to be there, right? But Zoom just come in and say, yo, go on over this, son. Nobody want to talk to you right now. I remember when Skype was everything that Zoom is now, Skype used to be, right? Just like how there was a MySpace, and then Facebook come in and say, go on over there, son. Nobody not talk to you right now. You understand? You know, so Zoom came in and sort of took over. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the functionality of Zoom, right? It, you know, it's set for the professional environment, as well as, you know, you have your little flexibility. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of things that they've done since it come out. Because, no, first of all, it have an AI companion, which I don't even use. I barely use AI as is. I mean, I have so many opinions on AI, and my opinion is very simple, right? AI to me, just cut and dry, AI for me is a calculator. It's a supplement, not a replacement. At least it's not supposed to be. That's how I view AI. Some people, them will go, you know, oh yeah. See no, yeah. Well, you see all that now, like that, and that's perspective, right? Because they're different platforms. You know what I mean? So just like how you have like some people, they're more oriented towards like the Windows operating systems, whereas some people now they're more into the Mac OS, because what they use is primarily the MacBook Pros and all of those things. So yeah, it's always good when you have, you know, that kind of flexibility where you can look at different, you know, different platforms, different, you know, pieces of software and that sort of thing, right? But I remember my resistance to Zoom. Like, I never want to use it, you know. But no, anytime I go live, I don't go live without using that, right? So because you can stream from Zoom to YouTube, stream from Zoom to Facebook, right? And I played around with that, and I can't remember how long ago I learned how to do it. Can't remember. Because I remember reluctantly learning how to even set that up in the first place. I had to go in the settings, I did have to, you know, them little on and off switch. Somebody have to like switch some things on and switch some things off. And then you're going, I'm trying to remember if they allowed it for, because there was a limitation. If you weren't paying for Zoom, you could only go online for like maybe 40 minutes before them cut off the meeting, because that was a limitation that it had. But then when you start paying for it now, then pretty much let you go as long as you want, as long as you're not inactive. If you're active, you can be on it for like maybe 9 hours and then they'll cut you off. But if you're inactive for say 40 minutes in a row, then they'll just terminate the meeting, because it's almost like, you know, you're away from keyboard, that sort of thing. But yeah, I remember being completely against using Zoom. I know I can't teach without it. I refuse to, you know. And I will say it like this: if you compare it to, like say, Google Meets with the Jamboard, the Jamboard compared to the whiteboards that are on Zoom, the Zoom whiteboard is better. I like the Zoom whiteboard better for sure, because you can draw shapes like the rectangle. You can create polygons, you know. Yeah, I feel like it have better functionality if you're, for the purpose of like teaching mathematics or even English language. I only know about maths and English. I can't tell you about the other subject then, you know. But you can improvise, because you can write in a text box and type in there. So therefore people can actually see what you're saying, and you can, you know, you can simulate a conversation by typing in the words and all of that. So, you know, yeah, if you know what you're doing, you can teach with Zoom. All right, you can do that. You can make it work. You know, so flexibility. You know, sometimes you're not comfortable with this, but then the very thing that you never want to do is what you end up to do. So just never say never. I guess that's, you know, if there's any lesson there, never say never. Never say, all right, I'm not gonna ever use Zoom. Nope, I end up I use it. Not only, no, I cannot do without it. That's the problem, no. Right? No, I cannot do without it. In fact, there's something that I learned how to do, which was very, very odd. My students at the time, they had asked me for like a little last minute demonstration before them do them exam. Some of them were on Google Meets, some of them were on Zoom. So I had a problem, because I say, well, you guys can't get on Zoom, you guys can't get on Google Meets. So you know what I did? What I ended up doing was, I said, all right, here what I'm gonna do. I had the people who are on Zoom, I had them sign in. The people who are on Google Meets, I had them sign in. So I said, how am I going to make the two of them say the same thing? Because the thing is, I needed everybody to see the Zoom screen, because on Zoom you can pull up the image, and when you pull up the image you can actually draw on the image itself. So you can show people, okay, this is the question, this is how we're going to change it, and so on and so forth, right? So you have that. So I figured, okay, instead of having everybody be on the Google Meets, I have to have everybody on the Google Meets go over to Zoom. So how I go do that? So what I did, I say, all right, cool. I'm going to the tablet. I did the screen share. Now the screen share allows you to see. So it performs a little bit differently, right? Because when you do it, it's like you know that it's screen sharing, but at the same time, you're not really aware of it until you press the button. It is a weird thing, right? So I press it, and what I did was I had to be logged in on Zoom at the very same time. So what I did was I switched tabs. So when I switch the tab now, I jump over to the Zoom, and then I ask everybody on Zoom and on the Google Meets if everybody can see the same thing. And it worked. So somehow I was able to do the two. So I was able to use two of them at the same time, right? So yeah, I never thought that could work, but it did. All right. I never thought that it was going to work out. You never know till you try. Because I never thought you could do that. Literally make people who are on Google Meet see what's on Zoom. No, I've never tried that with the desktop. I tried it with the tablet, but never with the laptop. That might be a little more complex. Yeah. Just a little bit more. But yeah, you know, don't knock it till you try it, man. Don't knock it till you try it. That's it, you know. So I want them thing there, you know. One of them thing there. So I like to see you, you know. Yeah. But anyhow, I'd like to thank you all for, you know, being a part of, you know, whatever this was. I was expecting to just do this for 30 minutes, but, you know, I was entertained, and some people asked questions and they participated, and I got gifts, and, you know what, all right, as I mentioned that, it was Friday, so it was 2 days ago. So I went to surprise my former head of department, because they were doing a surprise for him, right? Because he might retire, so them pull a little surprise for him, right? So I remember, you know, we're there and it's his day, so I am celebrating him, you know. We just, in fact, every time that they were doing something, I tried to record a bit of it here and there and whatever. So I'm there, like, I am part of the production, as it were, right? So I play the little video them, I transfer the video them from Bluetooth to the computer so that it's there, so that it can project on the screen. Bare madness are going, right? So I'm doing that, and then now, at some point while I'm about to record, they're like, hey, they need me to go and present something. So I said, okay. So they said they want me to be in the middle. So I'm in the middle, and I am handing over a gift to my HOD. Them look at there like, no. You don't understand. That gift is not for him. This is yours. So me and they're like, wait, you're giving me a gift and me a gift. It was one of the funniest things. Like literally, like I need to go back and find the video, because I might post it. I might post it either here on Bossman Teaching. One of these pages. I might post it there, because I need everybody to see the genuine. No, and when I tell you, I did not fake my reaction at all. I genuinely did not know that, because I thought, when I look at it, I said that's his gift. You see me? Because it's like, oh, okay. You know? So yeah, our maths department is probably I know that's the best group of colleagues I have ever had the pleasure of working with. We know that. Yeah, we never, there was never any this person like that person and any animosity. There was never any of that. Most of us got along. You know, even when we had somebody that I remember when the lady that I thought was, you know, the least, what you call it now, not sociable. I want to say like the least friendly. You know what I mean? By comparison, right? And I remember there was a time when she and another one of my colleagues, they had the joint responsibility of being HOD at that time, back when before he retired. He was on leave. So he was on leave for 8 months, so they had to split that responsibility, right? So I remember they were supposed to do an appraisal of me or whatever. So me did that fret, because I'm like, yo, this someone you're going to grade me down hard, you know. And then there are times when I'm giving myself a low grade and she's like, you sure you're giving yourself a 2 out of 4? Because I think that's a 3. So me did I think say she's going to grade me lower when in fact she's giving me a higher score. So that's what you call irony, right? Because I'm there thinking, because I thought that she was going to mark me down harder, right? And it turned out that she's the one actually giving me a higher score on a lot of the what do you call it now? There's, alright, I don't want to say rubric, because it just sounds academic and technical. But for a lot of the bullet points, right, for a lot of the different categories and the different, you know, the different parts that you're getting your little score on, it's like, if me give myself a 2 out of 4, she give me a 3. So I was scoring myself lower than she was. You understand? So I don't know. It's like when I look at these things, I realize that even the person who you thought was going to be like antagonistic, you find out, say, wait, no, them actually rate you higher than you thought they did. You know, so trust me. I can say it. Whether back then to now, that's the best group of colleagues I've ever had the pleasure of working with. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, trust me. I mean, it was completely unexpected both times. both of the times. Because I remember having a little bit of anxiety. Just a little bit. Because I mean, like, yo, it feel like I'm going to have to justify certain things. Well, yeah, you know, and I feel like there's good and bad, right? It's not like you're glad that the pandemic happened, right? But I'm glad that I learned the things that I learned from that, because it made me realize what happened if you don't know if you ever go outside again. Like how you make a living by being inside of your house. You know, I swear to you, even I struggle with it the first month of them. I say, oh yeah, listen man, when I tell everybody say you have to what them have to spray in your hand. No. I resign December 2024. Yeah, so them claim them are gonna have summer school. We'll see. If them really are gonna have summer school, then I'll be there for that. But you know, other than that, I'm not. Yeah, I did it like one time. Alright? Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. Yeah, the pandemic. The pandemic was it was an experience, man. Cause listen, because especially for the people who like go to them gym, right? And them don't know how to work out at them house. You better find a way, you know. But that was an unusual time for everybody. And then the other thing about it is that it make you realize that And if I remember correctly, there's a quote that I read where this lady said, I heard a manager once say that if I'm not seeing you, you're not working. And her philosophy is, look, if you get the job done, I don't care if you're in front of me or you're at home. You want to work from home? No problem. Get the work done. That's all. I'm only asking you to get the work done. Yeah, your only obligation to me is to get the work done. So if you want to leave early, leave early. But guess what? Get the work done. That's it. Yeah. So hold on. Give me a second there. Yeah. Yeah. So that was that weird adjustment that a lot of us had to figure out. You know. So maybe, you know what, I'll do that in the next video. I will go back through my entire coping experience during the pandemic. Yo, trust me. Yo, let me tell you, the pandemic is what made me stop going KFC. Cause I look on the line and I say, wait, there's a line outside of the KFC to get into a line that is in the KFC. I'm not chicken that, I'm cocaine. I'm not chicken that. You can't. You cannot convince me that what they're selling is chicken. I'm not chicken. Chicken don't do that to people. Chicken don't do that to people. Oh, I believe them need to test the chicken where I get people from KFC. Them need to test that because I'm sure say, me can tell you say KFC can go, you can drop a KFC or a KFC Jamaica, drop it in Mexico, and I promise you everybody where they move drugs and them way there, they might just change their mind and just start sell KFC instead. They might just do that because may I tell you it's that addictive. But yeah, the pandemic made me look at that different. Because I'm not joining a line to join the line. And an embassy, you know, say, I met that joke one time. Remember when I reach at the cashier, I'm looking at them and say, so when I get my receipt, I'm going to go to them. If I ask them for my visa, I needed to know. Because I couldn't believe it. All this time, I'm waiting in line to join another line. Then by the time I get to the cashier, now me have to wait again. No, man, I want visa thing that, man. I embassy this. Them not sell chicken, I visa them I sell. Drugs them I sell. Because you can't justify it to me. And then the other day, you know, if anybody remember, yeah, the whole island, everywhere where there was a KFC. But what, the buy one, get one or whatever? I don't have words for that. Honestly, I want a business that's just like KFC. That way, you can't run out a customer. You can't. If you have a business and it's not like KFC, you're not making no money. You're poor. You need a business that works like KFC. We need to adopt their formula, whatever it is. Right? Whatever it is, we need that. We need for them, you know, for them formula. That's all we need. Well, yeah. So anyhow, I hope I've had you a bit entertained, you know. I expected the unexpected. Or maybe I didn't, who knows. But yeah, so for now, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of the day, which is probably something else. I have out how many one boss and I can do, but I can't bother. Now maybe later I'll figure that out, you know. Maybe. Alright, so yeah, never mind. I had a feeling that I'd turn on my AC because it did feel cold a while ago, so I had to look up and it's not on. So it's very weird, but it's fine. So anyway, now go on with business, right? I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, right? Discipline is everything when you do it every day. Lord God. Lady! Hold on. Just said I'm about to leave. Miss D, listen. You know, I was so glad that she I'm so glad you got to see the what you call it, man? The actual retirement thing. I'm glad you got to see it. You know, but you see, that's why I'm like, what technology I don't know. Cause you can literally, you know, you got to do a little WhatsApp video call and get to see everything. Listen, no, hear the thing. I don't. Did you see my reaction? Because I didn't know that it was. Cause in my mind, you know, we are presenting this to Eddie, you know, so that me I do, you know. I'm there like, no man, Eddie won this. So yes, I actually did. You know, I really did. Yeah. No man, work it out well, man. Do a good job. Do a good job. Never do a better job. Trust me. So yeah, man. I was talking about it earlier, you know, and it just so happened that that one of the people who are part of that planning committee is So see, so I never tell no lie. You know, I did not lie. I didn't lie. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I never fully set it up yet. I probably shouldn't take it out of the box because now that the box mash up, it can't go back in. So it's fine. I'll find another way for store it and things like that. But yeah, yeah, man. Here what I go message you a little more because more there's something more I ask you. So I go message you. So I don't know if I have your WhatsApp number. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just shout and ask you for it, and then I'm gonna make you know what I'm gonna talk to you about a little more. Yeah. But yes, yeah, man. It was appreciated, and yes, I get trick. I did. I get trick. You know, I'm gonna. I don't know if you saw the cause I think they recorded it when he just come in and you know everybody showed surprise. So yeah. So anyway, I will see everybody later, right? Don't know when I do this. No, lie. I know when I do this. Saturday, Sunday, more than likely. Yeah. Oh, alright, now here what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna any video that I have, I'm gonna WhatsApp that to you. Yeah, man. I'm gonna look for it. Cause the irony is no, I can't really do it so well. I have to go come off of the live for send it to you. Because it's on this phone. I don't know if it's on the other one. But yeah. So anyhow, you know, this is how I have my conversations with a lot of my friends, right? We've been saying bye for the past 10 minutes. So yeah. So anyway, this time, a little more for real. So yeah. So, I will see you all. Yeah.